Hi again, guys. Welcome to the answer video for review problem set number 2. On this first screen, I just have the answers shown for you. So the answer to for the first triangle is 28. And if you had that side as your A value, that's also fine, as long as you just got 28 for that missing side. And for the second triangle, we're finding the hypotenuse, so we get C as our missing side, and you should have gotten 25. If you got them right and you feel good about it, you can just stop here and turn your assignment in. If you got one wrong or you're just not feeling totally confident and you want to see a solution, keep watching and I'll go through a solution to each of these. Okay. So here we go. I've got our Pythagorean theorem up in the corner to remind ourselves that the Pythagorean theorem says that when you take each leg and square it, add them together, you get the hypotenuse squared. And we remind ourselves that the hypotenuse is across from our right angle. So let's go through each of these. I'm going to zoom in on our first one. Start by identifying our sides. So we want to identify A, B, and C. I'm going to start with C, because I know that's always the side that's across from the right angle. So in this case, 35 is our C. And then it doesn't matter which of the other two sides we pick as A and B. We can just pick them basically at random. So I picked 21 to be A and our missing side to be B. Okay, once we pick our sides, we can write down our formula. So we know A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then we're going to plug in our A, B, and C. So A is 21. So in our formula, I'm going to replace A with 21. I get 21 squared. B is our missing side. So I'm going to leave that as B because I don't know what it is yet. And that's what I want to solve for. So B squared stays B squared. And then C is our 35. So in the formula, I'm going to replace C with 35. So I get 21 squared plus B squared equals 35 squared. And now our goal is just to solve this for B. B is our missing side, so we're going to figure out what B is. So let's start by simplifying. 21 squared is 441. Plus B squared equals 35 squared, 1,225. All right, so I'm just doing the squares on these. Now, remember, I'm trying to get B by itself, so I need to get rid of 441 on this side. And to do that, I'm just going to subtract 441 from both sides of my equation. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. These cancel out, leaving me with just a B squared on the right side. On the left side. And then on the right side, I have 1,225 subtract 441. And that gives me 784. Okay, so we're making progress. Last thing we need to do is get rid of the exponent on B. I have B squared. I need to do the opposite of that to get rid of this square. So opposite of squaring is square root. So I'm going to square root both sides. And to do this, I can type 784 into my calculator and then hit this button on your phone. And if we do that, we should get 28. Okay, so that's how we get 28 for that problem. Hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit. That's the harder one because that's the one where we're missing a leg and we have to do this extra subtraction step. Okay, let's try the next one. Again, start by identifying A, B, and C. we're going to start with the hypotenuse, which is across from our right angle. So there's our C, and then we can pick whatever we want for the other two. So I'm going to choose 15 to be A and 20 to be B. All right, let's write down our formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then let's plug in. A is 15, so I'm going to replace A with 15. B is 20, so let's replace B with 20. And C is unknown. I don't know C, so we're going to leave it just as C, because I don't know what that number is yet. All right. We identified A, B, and C. We plugged into our formula. Now we just want to solve this for C, so get C by itself. And I'm going to start by just simplifying. I'm going to do the squaring. So 15 squared, that's 15 times 15 is 225. 20 squared, that's 20 times 20, and that is 400. So we get 225 plus 400 equals C squared. Now let's add these together, and that gives us 625 equals C squared. And last thing, we need to get C by itself, so I need to get rid of this exponent. We know well by now that the opposite of squaring something is square rooting. So let's square root 625. And if we do that, we should get 25. All right, so there's those problems in full. I hope this was helpful. Leave me comments if you want. Otherwise, you guys did a great job this week, and I'll talk to you next week.